Yeah, so this pretty woman here put to bed 2 days ago. Trying to feed all of them right now. Put some put some of this for her. She can't wait. She seems a bit hungry. We put some grasses for her to eat, so you can get to see her babies. She has finally jumped out, so let's get to see the babies. Yeah. Uh, she's worried. Mama is worried that taking her babies out. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'll put them back, eh? So Mama is severely worried that I'm taking her kids out, uh, so I have to lock the cage. I don't think she'll be aggressive, sure, but let's just lock the cage and look at it. These are the babies that she just put bed to about 2 days ago. You can see they are barely 2 days old. These ones will turn out to be white. These ones will turn out to be black and other colors. So the babies are called kittens. So I really want to talk about the box that I'm using here. I call it the birthing box. So this birthing box is just to provide a place for the mother now to put the babies, to protect them, because if you don't put a box like this, you end up giving birth to the babies inside, just giving birth on the floor of the cage. So if she does that, she will end up trampling that baby to death. So that is why this box has to be prepared. And if you look at it in the wild, what they do is to burrow. They burrow and then give birth to the babies inside the burrow to protect protect the babies from the elements and protect them from other animals from eating them. So that is why this box is very necessary. Now, so in this video, I want to show you how this box, how I designed this box here. It's pretty simple. You can see it's made from wood. Unfortunately, if you look at here, the mother rabbits being rabbits, she's already started eating the box, but that's okay. I have other ones. I anticipated this. So in this video, I'll just show you how to design and make this box. It's pretty simple to do. One unfortunate thing that is happening now is this mother has not shaded her fur inside this box, and this happens sometimes anyway, because the normal thing is they shade their fur into the box to protect these babies, protect them and keep them warm. But sometimes, for some reasons, sometimes they don't do it. So what she did here was to carry some of the grass that I fed to her to put inside the box. So I'm expecting that within the next few days she will shade her fur inside here. I'm expecting her to do that. I also think that they are smart. She might be smart enough and she has gauged the temperature around here and seen that the temperature is high enough, that the babies don't need the fur. That could also be an explanation for this. So if anybody has a comment on this, please go ahead and leave it below, to guide me, because I also think that maybe she has gauged that temperature and decided that they don't need the fur, because this is the dry season. We're in the dry season period here in Nigeria, so it's pretty hot. So maybe that's why she's doing it. Please let me know if you have any comments in this regard. So I'll go ahead now and show you some of these boxes and the dimensions that I used. Let me put the babies back. There you go. So when she jumps into the box like that, the children will start making noises. Can you hear that? Because they recognize that mom is here. Okay, now so when you want to design a bedding box, there are two things to consider. You have to build something that is large enough for the mother to be able to jump in and give birth to the kittens, and equally jump in and feed them. But secondly, it has to be small enough that it can fit inside the cages, in a way that doesn't take so much space and still give space for the mother to walk around freely. So that's a segue. That's a segue to why I'm showing this card box. Because when I first started out, when I had my first birth, I used a card box, But card box has three major limitations. In fact, four of them. Number one is that with card box, except you are the one that made the card box, which is 9 times out of 10 won't be that. You will just be repurposing a card box that you have around you. So it's quite difficult for you to find a card box that can be big enough for the mother to jump in, while also being small enough to enter the cages without taking so much space. So that is one major limitation with a card box. You don't have the luxury of being the one that designed it. In a subsequent video, I will talk about how card box can be used as a bedding box for rabbits, and I'll give a lot of reasons as to why you should not do that. Because it has a lot of disadvantages, even though it's an option to use as your bedding box for your rabbit. So that is one of the boxes that is inside there. I made about 4 of them. There's one here. I usually keep them up here. Yes, so this is one. Since it hasn't been used for a while, you have cobwebs inside here. So let's look at the dimensions. So the width is about 11 inches, and then the length is 12 inches. So you can equally use this measurement if you are keeping my species of rabbits. They don't grow to be so big. Now, so measuring the height of this box shows us that it is about 6.3, 6.4 inches. Now, so that number is from the breadth of this, and also the thickness of the wood that we are using as the floor of this box. So with that measurement now in mind, you can see the four sides of the box. They are all 11 inches. So all you need to do is to cut 11 inches out. When you cut 11 inches out, you now use your nails to nail the four sides together first of all, before you now put it on the bottom. Now if you observe something, you see that even though this is 11 inches, the thickness is 0.7 inches. So if you add that to this, the full length will now go up to 12 point something, about 12.5 or so. So that is why when you are cutting the wood that you use to cover the bottom of this, you have to make sure that you compensate for that by cutting it to be about 12 point something inches. So let's look at it. Let's look at what the actual so as you can see, this is about 12.5 inches. So I was correct. So you have to cut the bottom, the two panels, wooden panels that you are using for the bottom. You have to cut them to be 12.5 inches. Yes. So if you do that, then you are good. So the next video, I'll show you how we put this together a while ago when I did this. Luckily for me, I didn't have to spend money in buying wood. I just repurposed a wood that I used for something else, So, and somehow, and this is the best wood for making this box, in terms of the dimensions. So, I'm sure if you go to your local timber market or stores, as the case might be, you will see this type of wood. For me, you can see that the breadth of this wood is about 5.5 inches. Yeah, so the breadth here is 5.5 inches, and then the thickness is about 0.7. The thickness of is about 0.7 inches, So after getting it, it's going to be a full length wood, so you can now cut it, based on the dimension that we spoke about. So there you go. So if you keep your rabbit, or you intend to keep your rabbits in cages, then you need this. And I've made about 4 of this. So you can see this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and the 4th one is somewhere. This is to give room for a situation where you have more than one female giving birth at the same time. Because I have another cage here. This cage is about to undergo maintenance, so there are no rabbits here presently. So there is need to have more than one of these if you have a large setup like mine, so that you can always accommodate the rabbits that are giving birth. Alright, so that's all for this video. Watch out for the next video. Bye. Say bye. Bye.